Hi, AM here, and today we're going to do a video on what it would be like to travel back in time on Earth 10 million years ago. And of course, last year, I did a video on what it would be like traveling back in time 1 million years ago. And sure, there was a video at something like that, but still, yes. Now let's begin. And yes, I did one episode of Paleo Visuals that took us back to that time period, being the Miocene. And of course, at that point, the Earth was still a good bit warmer, if not significantly warmer than it is, and much more humid than it is today, and sea levels still being significantly higher, but were continually decreasing at that point. And well, with Europe, like say with that famous prehistoric shark that lived during this time, Megalodon, how it could go to as far north as southern Canada even, as well as off the coasts of northern or central Europe even, for the fact that it was that much warmer than today. So, pretty much it will go pretty much everywhere except for the poles. Well, or the area around it. Them. Yeah. So yeah. Basically everywhere but the poles, the water would have been infested with them. And of course, with the water in certain places where now it would feel like a refrigerator. Well, back then it would have been warm enough, even as far north, probably at a latitude 55 degrees north. It would have been warm enough to go on some nice, relaxing swimming. But nevertheless, it is not recommended. And for the prey it fed on was probably not too different than what occurs than the life that occurs in modern oceans. And even in those places, mainly stuff that lives in that we associate nowadays as living in subtropical waters. And as with land, probably anywhere where it would be like, sure, there's no sign of human activity at all. Like, replace that, it doesn't seem any too different at first, but then all of a sudden, wait, why is it so? You would be like, wait, why is it so hot and humid? Whew! That's why I imagine it would be like. Well, in some, except for around the poles. And how in North America there were things like rhinos and even camels, especially found in Asheville in Nebraska, like that, and probably antelopes, and famous for that saber-toothed deer. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the kind of creatures where in modern times you would find in those places, but rather in Africa. And also, yeah, things like Dinotherium probably, and probably a little bit later on, they did meet some of our earliest human ancestors. Of course, in Africa, yeah. And there was also, alongside Megalodon, of course, that was unknown to science until very recently, being a giant whale that resembles the whale from Herman Melville's novel called Moby Dick, Leviathan melvilliae, or just Leviathan. And it was a large whale that seems somewhat reminiscent of a sperm whale, but instead had teeth in the upper jaw rather than the lower jaw. So yeah, with those two bad boys, Leviathan and Megalodon, roaming around in our oceans, yes. Even though it might have been still pretty warm, like warm enough for people to go on a nice, relaxing swim in, yet swimming is definitely not recommended. Yeah. So yeah, and of course, and on land, like if you were teleported back time to North America at that point, you would encounter on land being a predator known as the bear dog. It'd be Scion, I think. So yeah. So yeah, definitely not quite the best time for a human to be teleported back in time to the Miocene. Yeah. But anyway, that's only what I think. But as usual, leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe, especially as this is the very first video you've ever watched by me that I made in order to watch more content on this channel every day. But from now on, thanks for watching.